The world we live in holds many wonders, but also potential dangers. The specter of nuclear war, once a distant threat, has re-emerged as a grim possibility. It is a sobering thought, but one we must confront with clear eyes and steady resolve. In this video, we'll break down practical steps to survive a nuclear attack, simplified from Nuclear War Survival Skills by Crescent H. Carney. Survival is possible, and preparation can save lives. The atom, that infinitesimal building block of our universe, holds within it the power to both sustain and destroy. It is the fundamental unit of matter, the very essence of everything we see around us. From the air we breathe to the stars in the sky, atoms are the foundation of all existence. Harnessing this power, humanity has unlocked unimaginable potential, but also unleashed a force of terrifying magnitude. Nuclear energy has provided us with a nearly limitless source of power, fueling our cities and driving technological advancements. Yet, this same energy, when uncontrolled, can lead to catastrophic consequences. The destructive power of a nuclear weapon is unlike anything else on Earth, capable of leveling cities and leaving behind a trail of devastation in its wake. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki serve as stark reminders of the sheer destructive capability of nuclear weapons, altering the course of history forever. But even in the face of such awesome power, survival is not impossible. With proper planning and preparation, we can mitigate the risks and protect ourselves and our loved ones. Fallout shelters, emergency supplies, and knowledge of safety protocols can make a significant difference. By understanding the nature of nuclear weapons and taking practical steps to prepare, we can increase our chances of weathering this storm. Awareness and education are key components in our defense strategy, helping us to respond effectively in times of crisis. This is not a call to fear, but a call to action. Communities coming together, sharing knowledge, and participating in emergency drills can strengthen our collective resilience. For in the face of adversity, knowledge is power, and preparation is our greatest defense. By staying informed and ready, we can face the challenges ahead with confidence and hope. One of the most pervasive myths surrounding nuclear war is the idea that fallout radiation will render the planet uninhabitable, condemning all life to a slow and agonizing death. This belief has been fueled by dramatic portrayals in movies and literature, creating a sense of inevitable doom. While it's true that fallout is a serious danger, the reality is far more nuanced. Fallout consists of radioactive particles that are lifted into the atmosphere by the force of a nuclear explosion. These particles then descend back to Earth, carried by wind currents, and can contaminate large areas. However, the spread and impact of these particles depend on various factors, including weather conditions and the size of the explosion. The intensity of radiation from fallout decays rapidly in the hours and days following a detonation. This means that while initial levels can be extremely dangerous, they decrease exponentially over time. For instance, within the first 24 hours, radiation levels can drop significantly, making it safer to emerge from shelters. While initial levels can be lethal, they decrease exponentially. This exponential decay means that the most dangerous period is relatively short-lived. This means that seeking immediate shelter and remaining there for a period of time can dramatically increase your chances of survival. Proper preparation and understanding of fallout patterns can make a significant difference in ensuring safety. Another misconception is that the firestorms ignited by nuclear blasts will engulf everything in their path, leaving behind a scorched and lifeless wasteland. While it's true that nuclear detonations release tremendous heat capable of igniting massive fires, the extent of these fires is often exaggerated. The destructive radius of a firestorm is finite, and areas beyond this radius, while still affected by heat and blast effects, are less likely to experience complete incineration. Furthermore, the behavior of fire is influenced by factors such as wind patterns and terrain. Structures built with fire-resistant materials and located away from easily combustible areas have a higher chance of surviving. Chapter 4. Perhaps the most disheartening myth is the belief that nuclear war inevitably leads to the extinction of humanity. This idea, while terrifying, is not entirely accurate. This fatalistic outlook, while understandable, ignores the resilience of both our species and the natural world. Humans have shown time and again that they can adapt and survive in the face of extreme adversity. Throughout history, life has endured countless cataclysms, from asteroid impacts to volcanic eruptions, and emerged time and again. These events, though devastating, have not wiped out life on Earth. While a nuclear war would undoubtedly be a tragedy of unimaginable proportions, it would not necessarily spell the end of our species. The aftermath would be dire, but not insurmountable. Human beings are remarkably adaptable, and pockets of survivors would likely persist even in the most devastated regions. Communities would come together, finding ways to rebuild and support each other. Moreover, the natural world has an astonishing capacity for regeneration. Plants and animals have evolved to recover from disasters, and they would do so again. Over time, ecosystems would begin to recover, and life would find a way to flourish once more. The Earth has a remarkable ability to heal, and so do we. Chapter 5. In the event of a nuclear attack, time is of the essence. The first and most crucial step is to evacuate areas that are likely to be targeted. These include major cities, military bases, and industrial centers. The farther you are from these strategic targets, the better your chances of survival. If evacuation orders are issued, heed them immediately. Do not attempt to ride out the storm. Every moment counts. Gather your family and essential supplies, and head for safer ground. Rural areas far from potential targets offer the best chance of survival. Chapter 6. If evacuation is not possible, or if you find yourself in the path of fallout, seeking shelter is essential. A well-constructed shelter can provide vital protection from radiation and other hazards. The ideal shelter is one that is both sturdy and located underground or in a basement. However, even a makeshift shelter can offer some degree of protection. The key is to create a barrier between yourself and the outside world, using whatever materials are available. Earth, concrete, and even thick layers of books or clothing can help to absorb radiation. While it's crucial to seal yourself off from the outside world as much as possible, it's equally important to ensure adequate ventilation within your shelter. Without fresh air, you risk suffocating or succumbing to heat exhaustion. A simple solution is to create 2 openings in your shelter, one for intake and one for exhaust. Cover these openings with cloth or other porous materials to filter out dust and debris. You can further improve ventilation by creating a chimney effect, using a candle or other heat source to draw fresh air in and push stale air out. Water is essential for survival, and it's crucial to have a supply on hand in the event of a nuclear attack. Store water in clean, airtight containers, and aim for at least 1 gallon per person per day. If your water supply becomes contaminated, you can purify it by boiling using water purification tablets or constructing a simple filter using layers of cloth, charcoal, sand, and gravel. Food is also important, and it's wise to have a supply of non-perishable items on hand. Canned goods, dried fruits, nuts, and energy bars are all good options. Radiation is an invisible threat, but it's not undetectable. A simple device called a Carney Fallout Meter, or KFM, can be constructed using readily available materials and can provide a rough estimate of radiation levels. Monitoring radiation levels is essential for determining when it's safe to leave your shelter. As a general rule, it's best to remain sheltered for at least 48 hours after a detonation, and longer if possible. Once radiation levels have dropped to a safe level, you can begin to venture outside for short periods, gradually increasing your exposure time as conditions improve. The aftermath of a nuclear attack will be a challenging and uncertain time. The world as we know it will be forever changed. But amidst the destruction, there will be hope. Humanity has an indomitable spirit, and we will rebuild. In the days and weeks following an attack, it's crucial to remain vigilant and prioritize safety. Avoid contaminated areas, limit your exposure to radiation, and work together to rebuild your community. Remember, survival is not just about staying alive. It's about preserving our humanity and creating a better future. The threat of nuclear war is a stark reminder of the fragility of our existence. But it is also a call to action. By educating ourselves about the dangers, preparing for the unthinkable, and working together to prevent conflict, we can create a safer and more peaceful world for ourselves and for generations to come. Remember, knowledge is power, and preparation is our greatest defense. Let us use this knowledge wisely and strive to create a future free from the shadow of nuclear war. The world is a tapestry of interconnected life, a delicate balance of ecosystems and species all sharing this fragile planet. The threat of nuclear war casts a long shadow, a stark reminder of the potential for destruction that resides within our own creations. Yet, even in the face of such adversity, life persists. It is this resilience, this tenacious will to survive that gives us hope. For even in the darkest of times, the spark of life endures, waiting for the opportunity to rebuild, to adapt, and to thrive once more. Let us strive to be worthy stewards of this planet, to protect its delicate balance, and to ensure that the tapestry of life continues to flourish for generations to come.